Happy Thursday, everyone. Advocacy video 2. So today we are going to cover two main components when it comes to becoming a better advocate. And those two things are knowledge and intuition. So whatever your circumstances are, it's important to know your rights. And that ties into the whole knowledge portion of this. And I'll give you an example. So when you take your child to go to a doctor appointment and you refuse something like a shot, they usually will give you a piece of paper and say that you have to sign it. Do you have to sign it? That's knowing your rights. Knowing whether or not you legally have to sign that or not. That's important. Another example would be if you are taking your elderly parent to the doctor and the doctor prescribes synthetic marijuana because they say, listen, they're losing weight, they're not eating enough. Do you have to give it to them? Can you seek out the real stuff? Can you seek out an alternative? What's your rights here? And that is just so important to know. And I think what really takes it home for me is the knowing that you are in charge here. If you are caring for your elderly parent and they have dementia or Alzheimer's, it is your job to make those decisions and not the doctor's. Same for you parents. It is your job to consent to treatment or medications, not the doctors. All they can do is recommend. But I understand that it doesn't always feel that way. And if you've looked at the video I sent last Thursday, you'll understand from my point of view that it was really hard to advocate when I felt like I was being told what to do and I had to listen. But that's why we're here, right? So know your rights. Laws are ever changing, and it's important to just know where you're at. Can you legally refuse this? Can you legally say this or do this other thing? It's important to know. The other portion of the knowledge piece is to know what you are putting in this person that you're caring for. So what product is being pushed on you? What are the side effects? What are the risks of taking it versus not taking it? Get all this knowledge, put it together, and then use it to confidently accept or decline what's being offered. So I just want to put in here, if you walk in and you say, I don't want to do it because I don't want to, that's okay too. It really is. It's just important for you to know in the back of your mind that what you're doing is right and legal and all that stuff. But if you want to publicly advocate, if you want to publicly say this is why I'm not choosing to, you'll also have that option. So I just want to put that out there. So let's talk about intuition. This is the second piece of it, but really, I might argue the most important one. Check in with your gut feelings always, okay? So whenever you are being offered anything, check in with yourself. Check in with your intuition. What is your gut telling you? Fear and guilt often get a bad rep, but those are just emotions that are used to kind of hint at you that something's going on here. And so take some time to feel those emotions and then to make a decision. So I'm going to give you 3 ways that you can fine-tune that intuition in a medical setting. Decline answering. That's number 1, and that is my favorite one. Decline answering. If you have a gut feeling about something, there is no harm in saying, you know what? I'm not going to say yes or no today. You can call me next week, or I can call you next week, and I'll answer then. I'm going to think on it. I'm going to get a second opinion. I'm going to do my own research. So that is my favorite one to use, because oftentimes when you're in that office, it feels like the pressure's on and like you have to say yes or no. You don't. So take that pressure off of yourself. Part of being an advocate is being able to say, I need to think about this, so I'm not answering today. It's really freeing, and you should definitely try it. Number 2 is to get quiet. Cut out all the noise. Turn off the podcasts. Turn off the news if you haven't already. Don't listen to other people's opinions for a while. Get really quiet with your own thoughts, and that will allow you to tune into your intuition more easily. And this way you know that it's not being swayed in either direction from outside noise. And number 3 is to meditate, pray, or write. Whatever your religion, whatever things that you believe in, it's just important. And this kind of ties into being quiet, but it just takes it a step further. Like, sit down and intentionally meditate on the decision you're making. Sit down and pray about the intention, about the decision that you're making. Sit down and write about it. Just write whatever comes to mind. And this is just taking this practice and being really intentional about it. And it's so helpful. You'd be so surprised what happens when you do all 3 of these. All right, so I'm really excited about this series. Please feel free to answer this email, put a comment below to let me know if this is helpful and what other things you might want to know about in regards to advocacy. And I will see you next Thursday for our final video.